We'll be telling you everything that we know on this story so far. Also coming up, we'll take you to the National Population Council Secretariat, where the retired executive director has allegedly taken home her official vehicle, making it difficult, if not impossible, for the new head to move about her official duties. The retired executive director apparently wants to buy the vehicle, which has not been approved. And later on Eyewitness News, we'll take you to the Gambia.
I think that is where the sensationalism of media report. In that interview, I said that national service is practiced in the US, is practiced in the UK, is practiced in India.
Apparently, there's a new bill, the NSS bill, which is going to be a law, which has given clearance for some national service personnel to practice abroad. And there appears to be a plan for Ghana to send national service personnel, NSS personnel, to the Gambia to engage in national service. We'll give you more and the issues that are coming up from there. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on that and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
government gives firm assurance it will not introduce more taxes in the mid-year budget review.
That's in 15 minutes from the City Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including in the Western region on Premier 100.5 FM in Takrady. We are also in Takrady on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, all in Takrady. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ahafo region, we are on Hammers Radio 106.5 in Gosu. In Ashanti region, we are on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are on Akpini Radio 96.7 FM in Pando and Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoe. In the Northern region, we are on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In Upper East, we are on Word FM 88.3 in Zuarungu. And then in the Upper West region, we are on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In the Northeast region, we are on Eagle 94.1 FM in Wale Wale. We are also on YouTube. We are live on citynewsroom.com. You can send your messages using the WhatsApp number 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. You can send tweets using the hashtag Eyewitness News. My handle is at Umaru Sanda. You can also send a message to at City973. We start off with the Social Security and National Insurance Trust. It is the institution set up by law, which institution collects bits and pieces of your salary at the end of every month, investing same for you so that when you retire, you have some benefits when you go home. Now, SNIT invests your money in various ventures. It has about 6 hotels that it owns, which hotels it has decided were not being profitable and decided to sell them or sell the stakes, at least 60% of the stakes in these hotels. 4 of them, which were put up for sale, have had 60% of the shares being taken, or at least an interest being offered by Rock City Hotel, a hotel in the Eastern region owned by the Minister for Agriculture. The issues came to light and there's been lots of brouhaha around the planned purchase of these 4 hotels in Greater Accra region and Central region. Before yesterday, the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, ordered SNIT to suspend the planned sale of the hotels because of some issues that he said he wanted to deal with and some further information he was looking for. Yesterday, the Minister for Labour Relations and Employment and Pensions announced to Parliament that the National Pensions Regulatory Authority had given the all clear for SNIT to proceed with the deal. Today, Organised Labour called a press conference, at which press conference it announced a strike that would send Ghana on its knees from Monday. Dr. Kwabna Otu is Director of Research and Policy at the Trades Union Congress. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
Is it fair to say that your intervention today was fueled by the announcement by the minister yesterday, or there was already a plan on your calendar to call a press conference and announce this strike today?
A combination of issues. Of course, there are things we have been considering. Of course, the announcement by the minister then precipitated this press conference. But I can assure you that in the beginning of the week, we had already planned organized labor meeting for today. Given all the things we have learned about the transaction, and then the information last night, then also got factored into our calculation, based on which we decided to do the press conference.
I see. Now, talk to us about what level of engagements there have been. And let me just announce to my listeners that there's a new decision which I would ask you to comment on. Which decision is that the hotel that wanted to buy these hotels has since withdrawn its bid, which means that at least the hotels will not go to Rock City unless SNIT continues to open a fresh bid, and then maybe some other hotels or other organizations would come in. But for now, let's deal with the issues as of, say, 12 o'clock this afternoon when you were doing the press conference. Your decision is that what? SNIT should not, sell these hotels, even though SNIT holds a view that that's the only way out?
Yes, that's our decision. And we clearly communicate that in the statement, that we do not think that the transaction as currently spells out is in the best interest of Ghanaian workers. And the message is as simple as that. Our analysis, all the things you have learned about this deal, leads us to conclude that it's a flawed deal and it's not in the interest of Ghanaian workers.
SNIT has told us that it has done a lot of consultations since 2018, has gone through an organization that was supposed to engage in this particular deal. Your members were in the know of this, weren't you? How come organized labor is only rising up now that the deal has almost been signed?
That question has been answered many times. In May 2024, during the May Day address, the Secretary General specifically asked the President for a meeting on SNIT. And these were some of the issues we were going to discuss. And then, before we got that opportunity to meet with the President, Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa broke the news. But we had gotten knowledge of what was going on, and we thought that given the sensitive nature of the financial investments and everything, we thought that let's have an audience with the President and raise our concern.
So the President did
whatever be the case, this is where we are today. Today, this country and workers have come to realize that SNIT intends to sell 60% of its shares in the 4 hotels. And after we have analyzed everything, the financial terms and all other terms, we, the working people of Ghana, have come to a firm conclusion that the deal is a bad one and it is not in the interest of Ghanaian workers, whose money SNIT is supposed to invest and do so wisely, so that when we retire, we can have what we call retirement income security.
Are you not simply being nationalistic without considering the business side of things? SNIT says to you that these hotels are not viable. The best way out is to offload the shares. You are saying no, stick to the hotels. You mean you are forcing SNIT to keep a bad investment, and what that means is that you would end up losing the entire investment. Is that what you want? Have you given an alternative plan?
So the question about being nationalistic, I want to assure you that there's nothing wrong with being nationalistic. And when we say that the deal is a bad deal, and I should not go ahead and you describe us that one as nationalistic, we are okay with that. We are nationalistic. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, SNIT has been so eloquent that the hotels are not doing well. We should first investigate why they are not doing well. There are many things people know about. I mean, does it make sense to you that somebody operates a small hotel somewhere in Cape Coast, in Takoradi, in Accra, makes profit, but La Palm Royal Beach of all hotels is not making profit? Does it make sense to you? Something doesn't add up. And in our Ghanaian parlance of diversity and all that, we know attempts in the past and probably also today to mismanage state entities in preparation for takeover by other interest groups. So we should get to the root of why these hotels are not doing well before we can even talk about the need to divest them, to sell them to private interests.
Is it not the case that this is Aban Juma, which is usually the refrain, is state property, and so the workers' attitude may be wrong, even management attitude may be wrong. So the idea is that bring in a private investor, a no-nonsense man who can run this, and that's why the divestiture is actually being considered. And indeed, it is not as if SNIT is selling the hotel entirely. It's selling off 60%. What SNIT will simply do is relax, cross his legs, and be benefiting from the 40%. Is that not a more practical business model, you think? You don't think so?
Now, if this argument about Abayejuma and people don't work and all that, if those arguments should hold, would you consider that, given all the problems you know about SNIT, we should rather give all the 11% of our contributions that go to SNIT, probably give it to a private investor? They are more likely to manage it better than SNIT manages those investments, those our contributions. These arguments are neither here nor there. In fact, if you stretch it further, you may think that we should privatize the entire country, because you can get private investors who will be better at being president and MPs than probably what we currently have. So those arguments should not come in at all. We should get to the root of why the SNIT hotels are making losses when the Kempinskis and the other hotels you have in Accra are actually making profit. You should get to the root of it.
So find out why they are not doing well and deal with that. Don't go the route of selling. That is your position.
Exactly. It's part of our position. And you should know that there are many issues concerning SNIT. The recent revelations from the ILO valuation report and all that have not been dealt with. And probably this is only the beginning of our beef with SNIT. They should hold this one, and then we actually sit around the table to make sure that workers' contributions are properly managed, and that workers retiring are given what is due them.
At what point does organized labor meet with SNIT to see how your businesses are being managed for you? Have you been having these meetings? Have you been given records of the performance of these hotels? There are other assets that SNIT has. Perhaps have you been given a rundown of how all these assets are doing? And again, if SNIT were selling these hotels to a different company than the one owned by the minister, would it have made any difference to you?
It would have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. Our point is that the terms they give to the minister, if they had given it to any other person, it will be a bad deal. Of course, we still have a challenge with the fact that a minister of state is the one procuring these state assets. But in our statement, we actually did not even raise those issues for now. All that we're saying is that if you look at the fact that SNIT is selling these hotels for $60 million, and in the terms of the agreement, they will put back another $14 million of that $60 million back into the hotel in the name of CAPEX, revamping the hotel. Then did we go or did we come? If the investors coming don't have money to revamp the hotel, why should SNIT get $60 million and put $40 million of that back into the hotel in the attempt to revamp it? We have a problem with the valuation. We don't think that the hotels have been properly valued. We have a problem with the processes that they went through to give this hotel to Rock City. All of that, if it were to be given to any other person, those problems will not go away. Those problems will still be our problem. It is not just simply because it's been given to a minister of state.
Now you have forced, literally, this deal to be botched because the buyers have withdrawn interest. It means the hotels revert to SNIT. If what SNIT has said to us is anything we should go by, the hotels will remain and they will rot. There's going to be a bad investment on the books of SNIT. Because of the public outcry, would organized labor perhaps write a memorandum to the management of SNIT and say, specifically on these hotels, this is how we want you to deal with them? or you're simply just going to say the deal has been withdrawn, hallelujah, let's go back to work, let's not continue running it the way it was running it. What are you going to expect moving forward?
Before I answer that, you should remember that in our statement, we say that SNIT should publicly announce that they have stopped all the processes toward the sale of this hotel. This hasn't happened. You should remember that.
But we have seen the withdrawal letter from Rock City, or that doesn't suffice for you?
So it doesn't suffice. SNIT, because you said that there are processes leading to the sale of the hotel. Rock City happens to be one of all those entities in that process. What they have put out is welcome, but we want SNIT to publicly announce, that's at least what is stated in our demand, that they have halted all the processes leading to the sale of the hotels. Okay. And once we get that one, organized labor will regroup and see the way forward in terms of how we make sure that these hotels and other SNIT investments are properly salvaged and accounted for, all in the interest of the Ghanaian worker when that worker retires.
Okay, just by way of information to you on the figures that you mentioned, so the $60 million is for SNIT to part with its 60% shares. However, there's also a plan by Rock City to pay $90 million for capital expenditure. That's just by way of information to you, because you mentioned a figure earlier. I needed to just have that corrected here. Moving forward again.
But there's also a plan for SNIT itself also put in, because it has 40% share.
Yes, so of course, so SNIT will have to continue to recapitalize, shouldn't it? Because 40% is a huge percentage, and if SNIT wants to see this company afloat, it has to continue to inject capital, except that it will not be as huge as it would have done if it had 100% stake. Is that not the idea? And that's a good idea.
I'm not sure about that, but you can go on.
Going on now, the withdrawal letter has come from Rock City. You were saying that you're waiting for SNIT to publicly announce and formally announce. In the interim, explain to us what your intent with the strike is, and is the strike still holding?
Of course. The strike was announced at a press conference by organized labor leaders. If SNIT does what the organized labor wants it to do, the organized labor will communicate accordingly. In the absence of that, the strike notice still holds.
The National Pensions Regulatory Authority did an audit into the planned sale and has since accepted that and given the green light. What do you make of the NPRA decision? Because that's what has led to your press conference today. But are you saying that NPRA did not do a thorough job?
Have you seen the NPRA audit report?
I have not, but NPRA issued a statement and asked me to suspend the deal until it finishes doing what it was doing, or the investigations it was doing. Yesterday, the minister said NPRA had given the approval, which presupposes that the deal had been given a clean bill of health.
Is the minister the spokesperson for NPRA?
The minister is the minister for pensions, isn't he?
The NPRA put out a statement. We expect the NPRA to put out another statement, categorically stating what the minister said. If they have put out a statement that, okay, you cannot go ahead, you should stop this. If they feel confident that they have finished with their audits and investigations, and they now are clear in their minds that they can clearly to go ahead and do the deal, we expect them to put it back on another yellow paper and circulate it to the rest of us. And then we'll have a bite at it.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're most welcome.
That is Dr. Kwabena Otu. He's the Director of Research and Policy at the Trade Union Congress, TUC. Now, the strike that has been called today remains effective until we are told it is not. This is because it was announced at a press conference. And what that means, in fact, is that maybe half of Ghana, if not the whole of Ghana, is going to shut down. Because when we say organized labor, these are the groups that make up organized labor. Ghana Federation of Labor Ghana National Association of Teachers, National Association of Graduate Teachers, Coalition of Concerned Teachers, Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, CLOSAG, which are already on strike, Judicial Services Staff Association, JUSAG, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Ghana Medical Association, National Association of Registered Midwives, Government Hospital Pharmacists Association, University Teachers Association of Ghana, Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana, Technical University Administrators Association of Ghana, and Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU. That's a general group, or a number of the groups that make up organized labor, with TUC being the umbrella body. I forgot. Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, your trotro, is part of TUC. A number of these unions have already issued statements announcing that they are going on strike. And this is without... this has nothing to do with the announcement by Rock City, which came later, so without prejudice to that. The Rock City announcement has come, and I'm going to share that with you, which Rock City has also expressed its own reservation about stakeholder consultations and the what do you call it, and an announcement to SNIT that kindly published to the world what our bid documents were. In fact, let me take that before we give you what the other unions have said. So there's a letter under Rock City Hotel's letterhead, the ultimate destination, 12 July 2024, the Director General Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, Pension House, Accra. Attention, Mr. Kofi Osafo-Mafo. Dear Director General, notice of withdrawal of bid. At all material times, we believed that we had participated in an internationally competitive bid and were happy to have learned of our success, having edged out the 15 other organizations that participated in the process. It therefore came as a total surprise to us that some of your stakeholders have raised concerns about your decision to seek strategic partners for these hotels. We have also taken note of ongoing media discussions on your decision to seek strategic investors for these hotels. We have also taken note of your recent media engagement and press statements ostensibly defending your decision to seek a strategic investor. Flowing from all the commentary monitored and the undue negativity that has attended this commentary, we feel you have not done enough to engage all your stakeholders, leading to perceptions that we don't want associated with our brand. We believe that such negativity is not only injurious to our brand, but also jeopardizes the success of the investment we intend to make in these hotels. Therefore, we are writing to inform you of our decision to withdraw our bid and discontinue our pursuit of this investment opportunity. Finally, in the interest of accountability and transparency, we consent to you releasing all or whatever parts of our bid documents for public scrutiny or publish same if it should become necessary. We wish you continued success in your endeavors. Thank you. Signed, for Rock City Hotel. So this is what Rock City has done, withdrawing its interest in the bid, even though it had won, being the top out of 16 companies that bidded. Now, without prejudice to this, the organized labor has announced a strike which is starting from Monday. So what the unions have done is that they have independently issued their own letters announcing what their plan of action from Monday would be. Sami Biafri is in studio. Sami has all the letters. Sami, which organizations or unions have issued statements and what are they saying?
So the Ghana Medical Association, the Judicial Service Staff Association, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, you have the Public Utility Workers Union of Ghana, you have the Ghana Union, the Teachers Union, which is made up of the NAT, NAGRAT, and the rest. So these are the teacher unions who have issued a statement, or the group which have issued a statement in respect of this. Let's start with the Ghana Medical Association, because they have announced a timeline in which their strike will take effect. And it says, organized labor, of which Ghana Medical Association is a member, has declared an indefinite industrial action. This is to press home the demand for the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, NIT, to terminate the sale of 60% of its shares in the 4 hotels. Now they give their timeline. It says from the 15th to the 17th, withdrawal of outpatient department, which is the OPD services. From the 18th to the 21st of July, withdrawal of emergency services. From the 22nd of July, total withdrawal of all services. Now, members are to adhere to this roadmap stated above until otherwise communicated by the council. The council being the TUC and other unions. So this is the roadmap by the Ghana Medical Association. And then the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association also issued a statement in respect of this. And they've also announced a timeline to withdraw their services. So in between these dates, when you go to the hospital, you may not find nurses or midwives available to attend to you. It says from the 15th to the 17th of July 2024, withdrawal of outpatient department services, which is the OPD services. From the 18th to the 21st of July, withdrawal of emergency services. And from the 22nd of July 2024, total withdrawal of services. This for the nurses and midwives. It falls in line with the same timeline given by the Ghana Medical Association. It's all in respect of the demand for SNITs to terminate this particular deal with Rock City. And then the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, those who work in the court. Now, they are saying that the leadership of organized labor at an emergency meeting held today, blah, blah, blah. It continues. The most important part, said, further, organized labor has directed all workers not to report to work for Monday, 15th July 2024 until demands are met. The Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAG, is an accredited member of organized labor, and its members are required to comply with this resolution. Subsequently, the National Council of JUSAG has directed that effective Monday, 15th July 2024, staff of the Judicial Service are not to report to work in compliance with organized labor's decision. And then, Sana, let me read finally the one issued by the teacher unions. It says that the leadership of the pre-unions under the Ministry of Education call on all tertiary and call on all teaching and non-teaching staff to heed to the call by organized labor by laying down their tools effective Monday, July 15, 2024. This strike has become necessary following the issue with regards to the Rock City acquisition of these hotels, and it's signed by Thomas Musa, the General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Angel Kabonu, the President of the NAGRAT, which is the National Association of Graduate Teachers, Ken Aliu Awudu, the President of the Concerned Teachers Association Ghana, and James Azauga, who is also the General Secretary of TEU.
So Sami, just list for me the ones you have there, because more are coming through. So which ones?
So the Ghana Medical Association, the Judicial Service Staff Association, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, and the teacher unions.
So that's what, 4, 5?
That's 4.
Okay, there's also General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union. They've also just issued their statement, also announcing the strike.
There's also the Public Utility Workers Union of the TUC.
PUW. They've also sent the statement, also announcing the strike from Monday.
Yeah.
So what this means is that from Monday, all these companies would be going on, all these organizations, their members will be going on strike. And because the announcement from Rock City notwithstanding, you've heard TUC say there that unless there's a public announcement that there's not going to be a sale, the strike would continue. So the strike on Monday looks like it's set, unless they are going to communicate on Sunday to say to them that withdraw.
The decision will be taken by this union.
Let's go on the phone lines and speak to one of the unions. Dr. Richard Salome is General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association. Doc, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Good evening, Omar.
Okay, so we just spoke to TUC a moment ago. He has explained to us, and I believe is on behalf of all workers, including your good selves, that you should not go to work. We have sent your plan of action for the withdrawal of services, which is gradual until you do a complete the withdrawal of services in the hospitals from Monday. We've also just communicated to the world the announcement from Rock City that it has withdrawn from the bid, which then makes your strike moot, doesn't it?
Well, it does not at all make our strike moot. If you read carefully, the demand being made by labor, organized labor, It's not directed at Rock City or directed at any particular individual for that matter. Our issue is clear and simple. The sale of the 60% shares of Smith, which is holding that money in trust for us workers in this country, should be stopped and terminated. So the fact that Rock City has withdrawn does not mean that probably Umaru Sanda may be buying the hotels after them, or another company may be lying in wait now that Rock City has withdrawn to buy off these shares. We are saying that should cease forthwith. They should terminate that whole process of selling 60% of their shares, of Smith's shares in the 4 hotels. That is what we are saying.
And I'll put a question I put to the TUC official earlier. What is your counter proposal to keep these businesses running? And someone has just drawn my attention to something that happened in 2023. That's last year, July 2023. 60% of Golden Tulip shares sold by government to Lebanese firm. And that story on Ghana Web says that the government of Ghana and the government of Libya entered into a joint venture agreement that saw the sale of the hotel franchise to the Lebanese firm. So Golden Tulip Hotel has now changed to Lancaster Hotel. Now, the question that the person is asking is, why did organized labor sit and watch for 60% of Golden Tulip to go to a Lebanese firm, and yet you have a difficulty with a local firm buying hotels? So much for nationalism, the person says. What do you say to that?
Well, I think that issue is neither here nor there. We work on a day-to-day basis. We rectify issues when we have information. What is important is that organized labor is saying today that we do not want that sale. What are our counter proposals? First is to stop that sale, and then we look into why these things are happening. Smith, for a long time, was the one running pensions in this country. And until recently, when the 3-tier scheme came, was the sole entity receiving pensions and then investing on our behalf. We have seen various investments, some of which have been bad for workers. And so even to date, many workers in this country, after working 30 to 40 years, retire into poverty by whatever definition you define poverty as. And so for us, first is to do a thorough review of how these hotels are being run. If another person is going to buy the very same hotels that we are seeing, some of which are making losses, and probably turn them around, why are we thinking that the management of these facilities cannot be changed and given certain KPIs to ensure that the hotels are run properly to return profit on the investments that have been put in them rather than just sell them? We think that is a dangerous precedent, because what that means is that anybody could run down any entity and then sell it later to other people at rock bottom costs. And so we think that first is to stop, do a thorough assessment of these and sustainability of all these investments that SNIT has done. And then we can then chart a proper, tailored solution to any of these issues that are identified. So for us, the issue is quite straightforward and simple. Stop the sale. It is not about when it has happened in another instance. Of course, I mean, the proverbs say that it is only a fool that or a dead person that cannot change their minds. So I have no full details of the sale of a Golden Tulip to Lancaster Hotel. But again, it is not about whether it's foreign or domestic. It is not about whether it is Rock City or another person. We are saying it should just stop at this moment.
Okay. Is organized labor not being hypocritical or sticking to double standards? Here is the case, or the scenario where SNIT is saying to us that for the past 15 years, these hotels have contributed nothing, absolutely nothing. They've been running at a loss. SNIT had to try and support them for basic things like air conditioning at one of the hotels. You, the owners of these hotels, never complained. Labadi is the only one we are told that paid 48 million to pensioners in the last 15 years. All this while, you are the owners of these hotels. You said nothing. Until management of SNIT decides this is the way out, then you come all guns blazing. Are you not sleeping on your own job? And possibly you should have acted when you ought to have acted, but you did not. So you acquiesced?
Well, Umaru, I would say that maybe mistakes have been made in the past, but what you are saying is akin to the fact that a child has been raped at the moment, and we want to focus on whether the father was asleep at the time when the child was raped or not. I think we are obfuscating issues. Whether what happened in the past happened or not, there are different leaderships of organized labor that has moved in the past. We may have made mistakes in the past and probably may not have seen or watched, but it does not justify the fact that we do not want this done because we think that they can be run better and properly. There are questions for SNIT to ask. What was SNIT doing? Because they are seized with the fiduciary responsibility to ensure that these assets were making returns for pension, for workers when they go on pension. What was MPRA doing? Was MPRA board just sitting there doing what? For which these assets were making losses? Are they not clothed with the power to inquire? Hold some of these people responsible. Why do they want to shift the blame onto poor workers who are not clothed with the power to take those decisions? So I think that we are obfuscating matters and trying to shift blame and point fingers. This matter is simple. Whatever was happening, whatever was not going right, we are drawing the line. Stop the sale. Let us take a better look at the issues and put better mechanisms so that the assets return better profit on investment, so that workers can return to some decency than the poverty that workers go back into. So I don't think these side issues about this person not doing this or that is here or there. Yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much, Umaru. And I believe that you are a worker too, and you also pay SNIT. And so you add your voice to it. Thank you very much.
I'll wait for the GJA to add their voice. I'm a member of the GJA. Unfortunately, you still have not given them the license. So we don't have... no, when I say you, I mean TUC. So hurry up and give GJA the license so we can also join you in demonstrating and striking. Now we are tired.
Well, hopefully this is your cue to come on board. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much. That's Dr. Richard Salome. He's General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association. Let me go on the other phone line, speak to Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa. He's former Deputy Minister and Member of Parliament for Northern. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. You are the man who brought this news into the limelight or to the fore, even though, of course, something that has been done according to SNIT and all the stakeholders involved in a transparent and public manner. What is your reaction hearing that all workers en bloc have decided to embark on a strike in solidarity with the message that you have been stating?
Well, good evening to you, Maru. Good evening to all the people of Ghana. Tonight is a clear manifestation that when governments fail to listen to the people will one day declare that enough is enough. If you won't listen to us, we will bring the battle to you. We will declare industrial actions that can shut down the country. And that is what this unprecedented move. I don't remember the last time in the history of our country that all of these labor organizations, from the TUC to the Federation of Labor to the GMA to the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association to the teacher unions, the PURC workers, you name them, the judicial service staff, all of them are saying enough is enough. We must celebrate and salute Ghanaian workers today who are declaring that they ultimately have the power. And if their president would not listen, they will force him to listen. So this is a watershed moment, and I hope that the president will end the state capture. Look at what has gone on in SNIT. If you read the transaction advisors report, it is clear that this transaction from the beginning, as I said, was an insider dealing. The May 24, 2024 transaction advisors report, signed by Dr. Sam Mensah of SEM Capital, it reveals, one, that Rock City was allowed to make an offer to pay half, 50% of the $61 million bid price. And then they were allowed to spread the half over 24 months. Can you believe that? Something that was not made available to other bidders. All bidders were told that this is a one-off transaction, no installment. And yet, Rock City was allowed an installment plan. The transaction advisor also discovered that Rock City did not present a bank guarantee. Meanwhile, if you read SNIT's own pre-qualification criteria, a bank guarantee is key. And so without a bank guarantee, Rock City's bid should not have been entertained at all. They should have been disqualified. The transaction advisor also discovers that Rock City did not even have the adequate financials. They could not have had the capacity to even pay those installments that they were talking about when they look at the cash flow of Rock City. So if you even put aside the constitutional breaches of Article 78, Article 98, Article 284, the conflict of interest, the fact that he shouldn't have gone anywhere near this transaction because he didn't have the speaker's certificate to engage in any transaction of profit, all the way to the violations of income tax, where they couldn't have presented a valid tax clearance certificate because they did not file their taxes in 2021 and 2022, all the way to the procurement violations, the rigged system, the share bias. I mean, this deal stings to the high heavens. And how the president could meet organized labor and try to convince them, as he tried to do 3 weeks ago, it just tells you why the system is now so rotten. I mean, look at all the state capture have been exposing all over the place. See what has happened to the judges. The judges' bungalows opposite the American embassy. Even when the judges obtained an injunction, the marauding invaders defied the judges and demolished their bungalows. Now the judges are in court. I mean, seeking redress. Can you believe that? See what happened at our Parks and Gardens land, which I exposed recently. The local government minister was in parliament to confirm that and to really decry how helpless he has become. When his colleagues in government are just determined to take over everything in sight. Remember what happened to the Bulgarian embassy, which I had to expose. Another appointee of the president at the NDPC.
Oh, but more specifically,
I can go on and on.
But more specific on this SNIT issue and the Rock City, just a few things. So, on the issue of the tax certificate, I believe that the minister had spoken to us and said that that claim could not be true, and that they would they filed the tax returns. They've been given a waiver by the Registrar General. Is it? No, the Ghana Revenue Authority. The Ghana Revenue Authority to do that. They've been given a specific waiver to do that. That's one. Two, on the issue of the bank guarantee, we have been told again by Mr. Brian Achampong when he spoke to us that there was no need for a bank guarantee requirement in the deal, and that there's no such thing in the pre-qualification arrangement. And then thirdly, on the issue of whether or not he needed a speaker's clearance, that again, the explanation was that it's a business that is a going concern, which is not directly running. So he does not have to go to the Speaker of Parliament to say, I need your clearance for my company, which I'm not even directly running, to go and bid for a hotel. Those are the answers that have come up. So I just wanted to reiterate them while you proceed.
These are answers that cannot hold water. On the matter of the tax clearance certificate, why is a different dispensation being created for him and they are giving him a waiver? If you read the pre-qualification criteria, it's there clearly. You must have the certificate. They didn't say that you can go obtain waivers. And this adds to the tall list of favors he enjoyed, the bias, how this system was rigged. And that is why I keep saying that, look, politicians, particularly when you are in office, don't go near such transactions. Don't be allowed to buy state assets. And I'm happy that we have made progress with our private members bill. We're just working on the final draft. We'll be sharing it with you in the media soon, and the Ghanaian people will have stakeholder consultations. The time has come for us to prohibit politicians, politically exposed persons, from purchasing state assets, because this is how it ends up, where we are being told we were giving a waiver, or we were allowed to proceed, and all of that. It has to stop. I'm not aware of any country where they take good governance serious, where politicians, politically exposed persons, are allowed anywhere near these transactions. It doesn't happen anywhere. Look, the political class, we must have a certain collective shame about transactions of this nature and must not allow it to continue. Now let me deal with the second issue where the claim is made that he did not need a bank guarantee. Please read the 7 February 2022 advert by SNIT. It's still on the SNIT website. Listeners can go. Just Google hotel sales SNIT. And you will see the pre-qualification criteria is listed there. Bank guarantee is there. It's there right now if you go on the website. And I'll appeal to you journalists who do these interviews too, that please, show them the evidence.
Okay.
Just do your own background check.
Talking about evidence, Honorable. Okay, so talking about evidence, your colleague MP and Minister for Agric, Brian Champon, has just called in for a quick intervention of some of the points you've made. Let's just hear him, and then I'll come back to you. So if you could kindly crave your audience. Thank you. So let's hear him. Honorable Brian Champon, what intervention do you want to make on this submission by your colleague?
I continuously express my disappointment in Okujeto continuing hammering on points that he has no facts back. First of all, Rock City was not given an exemption on tax clearance. They were not. I'm told they submitted their bid February 2022. In February 2022, they need to have filed their taxes for 2021 by April 2022. So even as at 2022, that they applied for the tender, their 2021 taxes were not due. So you are giving a provisional tax clearance based on the VAT and all other taxes, PAYE taxes that you have paid. So it is not true that they were giving, Rock City was giving any preferential treatment or did not have tax clearance. Because as at February 2022, their 2021 taxes were not even due. So they got a tax clearance, proper tax clearance, and they attached it to their bid. So, and he knows that, some knows that, but he continuously tries to mislead the public. Number two, on this issue of bank guarantee, there is nowhere in any document of SNIT did they require Rock City to provide, or any of the companies bidding to provide a bank guarantee. There was no way. You should show us. During the negotiations, I'm told Rock City proposed to pay 50%, and the remaining 50% spread over 2 years. That is when Smith requested for a bank guarantee. And it was at the point that Rock City had been offered as a preferred bidder. They were the only ones negotiating with Smith because all the others had not gotten to the negotiation stage. So it is not the case that Rock City was given a preferential treatment that all others were not given. No. After you have won, you go into the negotiations on how you intend to perform the act. It is at that point that they said, we will pay 50%. Then Smith said, the other 50%, we need a guarantee. Rossi said, no, we are all going to be partners in this investment. Allow us to invest in the capex. The transaction advisor did not agree to that. That is a normal business transaction. This is not favoritism. So why is this young man going on and on and on about things that he has no clue about? Thirdly, he talks about me owning shares in a company called Rock City. He owns shares in a company called Volta Clenham. He claims that it is a farm, and he has no certificate. Just like I own shares in Rock City, I'm a beneficial owner of Rock City, and I don't have a certificate. The same reasoning applies to him. He owns a company called Volta Clenham. He is a beneficial owner, and he has no certificate. Why? Because he's not actively participating in the management of this organization. So why is this thing? And he's been challenged and flawed many times. He's been to Shraj. He's been everywhere. And this argument of his is not holding water. But he intends to obfuscate the issues and throw in things like state capture and this. If we are to go through every divestiture in this country, he will have no grounds to stand on. Rock City 4 officially has withdrawn its bid. Monday, him and I, as politicians, we will start a business of talking. And whatever we need to expose, he will see where his stand will be from next week.
Very well, thank you. But he has given me the information to respond to the issue, the question you've asked about the criteria. He has just shared with me information from 7th February 2022, which he wants me to share with the public. It's a document from SNIT. It's a publication request for expression of interest for investment in SNIT-owned hotels in Ghana. And at the point 3, pre-qualification criteria, it says interested firms should include the following information in their expression of interest. And there's a tall list there which includes valid SNIT and GRA clearance certificates for firms registered in Ghana. The preferred hotel or hotels in which the firm wants to
submitted that.
You submitted that? Okay.
Absolutely. I can send you a copy whilst you're online right now to read to him. It was part of Rock City's bid.
Honorable Blackwell.
Valid certificates. And let me pull it and send it to you whilst he's online.
Yeah, while you do that, so let me hear him. Honorable Blackwell, he says that what you've said he needed to present, he presented, and he's about to share that with us. Would you want to possibly withdraw that one while we proceed?
So, first of all, let me state that I am not one to be intimidated by threats. This business of from Monday, he's going to deal with me and all of that. He can start now.
No, he did.
You said as
no,
politician.
Honorable, hold on a second. Honorable Blackwell, hold on a second. Honorable Blackwell, hold on a second. Please, Honorable Blackwell, please hold on. Honorable Blackwell, please hold on. Honorable Brian Champon, you are currently not on air. My audience cannot hear you. So anything you say will not be heard, even though it would be heard only by Blackwell. So if you could kindly wait when he finishes his submission, I would come to you. So Honorable Blackwell, please proceed.
Good. So he should not think that I will be intimidated one bit by those threats, and he can start now. He shouldn't wait till Monday. Secondly, let me state emphatically that the 7th February 2022 advert on this procurement put out by SNIT, it is stated clearly, and I've sent you a copy, and it is online. It's on the website of SNIT. You must have a valid SNIT and GRA clearance certificate. The claim by Honorable Brian Champon that they had a valid tax clearance certificate cannot be supported by the facts based on the documents I have.
Okay, very well. Since we are referring to documents, Honorable Blakwa,
listen to me.
Hold on a second.
I have to look. This discussion has to be meaningful.
No problem. It will be meaningful.
You allowed him to make his submission.
Yes.
Let me respond.
You tendered in documents which I read to him, and he has said on public radio that he's going to. Just listen to me.
I will be allowed to.
You would be allowed to finish if you allow me to come in with this intervention. He has just shared the documents with me, and I'm going to read it for you. Then you can use that in your response. The SNIT clearance certificate is dated 10th March 2022 in the name of Rock City. The GRA clearance certificate is dated 2nd March 2022 and is also in the name of Rock City Hotel Limited. He has sent me both documents. You can proceed.
The point I was making is that the intercepted filings of Rock City at GRA reveal that their 2021 taxes, they filed them 2 years after, in 2023. So we contend that certificate cannot be valid, it cannot be authentic, and it's one of the matters that Shraj is investigating. Because
Honorable Blakwa, the Honorable Brian Champon is not being heard by the listeners. And Honorable Brian Champon, if you could kindly let him land, because I actually cannot hear you. He's the only one hearing you. So if Honorable Blakwa, you can land so that we can proceed.
You filed your 2021. You will not educate me. You will not educate me on looting state assets. I don't need that. I don't need that education from you.
Gentlemen, Honorable Blakwa and Honorable Brian Champon. Honorable Blakwa, to be very frank with you, my listeners have heard you arguing
I don't need.
Honorable Blakwa, can you hear me, please?
Keep it to yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm saying that Honorable Brian Champon is not being heard by my audience. I just wanted to make this submission, and I'll come to him to also respond to you. So if you could kindly land, kindly ignore anything he says to you because it's not being heard on air. Thank you.
Yes, so I am stating emphatically and authoritatively that they filed. I thought you said you took him off. Because when he is speaking, I allow him to.
He is not off. He's not off, but he's not being heard on the radio. Honorable, okay, let me address him. So you let me address him.
Deliberately being unruly, he does not want to be heard.
Let me address him.
I mean, what's the meaning of it?
Honorable Brian Champon.
You are an honorable minister of state, for Christ's sake.
Honorable Brian Champon, can you hear me? Hello, Honorable Brian Champon, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, kindly do not engage a black one until he lands, because we are not hearing you on the air, but we are hearing him sounding disrupted. So let him submit. I've read your documents that you gave to him. He is suggesting that they may not be authentic. I want him to make that point, and when he lands, I'll come back to you. So if you could kindly listen to him. Thank you so much. Honorable Blakwa, you can come back on air.
I have made the point forcefully.
That this document is forged?
Yes, we are questioning the authenticity of that document. It's one of the matters Shraj is investigating, because they filed in 2023. They filed 2021 in 2023, and they filed 2022 in 2024. Those are the records available, unimpeachable, irrefutable, impeccable records. And every document I have put out on this matter and on other issues of public interest have always checked out. I mean, why will I forge a document or talk about a document that I don't have? The last time he dared me about these documents and I put the documents out, he went under the radar until this evening. So that is the fact.
Okay.
Now on the 7th February 2022 ad by SNIT, it is stated clearly that you must show proof and source of funding. When you read the May 24, 2024 Transaction Advisors Report, it states clearly that Rock City did not provide the source and proof of funding.
Very well.
And I have since published the Transaction Advisors Report. You should tell me that that one too is fake.
Very well. Thank you.
That was a pre-qualification requirement, and it means that Rock City should not even have been qualified.
Very well. Thank you, Honorable Blackwell. In moving forward, they withdrawn their bid. That should satisfy you now, shouldn't it?
I have always told you that this has nothing to do with one individual. What if we wake up tomorrow morning and Freddie Blair, who's been complaining about his sons making a high offer between $150 to $200 million, and they were left out? What if they announce that they are stepping in and taking over from where Rock City left off? So the principle is that these hotels should not be sold. So the Rock City withdrawal does not address the fundamental issues.
Very well.
We want the government, we want SNIT, we want the president to announce that they are taking their hands off these.
Hello? Okay, so that's Honorable Blackwell. Apologies, we lost him there. Abruptly saying that they want the government to get hands off the hotel. Let me conclude. Honorable Minister, you've heard your colleague there. He's questioned the document that you've just shared with me, which I've read out to the public. You can respond to that so we can call it.
Well, first of all, those are the official documents that were submitted. They are legitimate. They are valid. It's in the. We have asked it to release it. Okay, of what my colleague has in his hands, we don't know what he's talking about. Everything that the company Rock City submitted as part of the transaction were legitimate, properly issued. But I was trying to educate him. If you are getting tax clearance for 2020 for a transaction in February 2022, you don't file your taxes for February for 2022, which is due in 2023. So a tender that you are contending in February 2022 is based on your 2021 taxes. So if you keep saying that we filed our taxes, they filed their taxes in 2022, and therefore they were not valid, these 2022 taxes are due in 2023.
Very well.
So I don't know what he is talking about, that they filed their 2022 taxes in 2024. It is inconsequential.
Very well.
They relied on their 2021 taxes and got a tax clearance in February 2022 to participate in the bid. Two, when he said that Rock City had declared losses and blah, and I challenged you to it, he said that he answered, he produced fake documents. Because the time that he was talking about, Rock City had not filed their taxes. He had fake documents. Number three, he's saying that this whole thing is not about Rock City. Yes, it is about me. It is about me. And I have intercepted, using his words, documents about him going after Rock City. And it is about me. It has nothing to do with Smith selling anything. We know, we've seen the financials of these hotels, and it is not about the interest of the hotels. It is about his politics, and it is about his hate. And later, he knows what we are all going to do. We're going to play on the turf of politics. I don't care that Rock City claims that they have withdrawn their transaction. It's fine. He's doing politics. It has nothing to do with anything but politics, and it's pure politics.
Very well.
He has succeeded in hoodwinking a lot of people, but that is okay. We are all going to play the politics from today.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's the Minister for Agriculture, MP for Abetifi, Honorable Brian Champong, has interest and ownership of Rock City Hotel. Earlier, you heard Samuel Kujetua Blakwa, former Deputy Minister, MP for Northton, the man behind the whole brouhaha, actually the one who brought it to the public domain, the issue around Smith selling its hotels. The top story tonight is that all workers, government workers as well, public sector workers, have declared strike on Monday They're saying to the government not to continue with the sale of the SNIT hotels. The persons who were buying that hotel, Rock City, have just issued a statement saying they are no more interested. They have withdrawn their bid. We do not know what's going to happen by Monday, if government is going to give an announcement, which announcement will make the organized labor to return to work or not. In the meantime, we've gone past time for business news. So Howard Idris is just going to share that with us. And when we come back on Point Blank, we'll look at the National Population Council Secretariat, the executive director there allegedly taking home her official vehicle, which has become a subject of controversy, and then the NSS planning to send service personnel to the Gambia and other countries. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you a builder, contractor, or homeowner with a passion for quality? Look no further. At Yale, we pride ourselves in trusted security and quality hardware for doors. Visit our showroom on 11th Lane Street in Accra, Ghana, and discover the world of Yale door hardware handles and locks. At Yale, we understand your need for security and the desire for elegance. Our products not only protect your loved ones, but also add a touch of sophistication to your home or business. Whether you're renovating your space or crafting a new masterpiece, Yale is your trusted partner with a history of 180 years of innovation. Come on down to Yale today. Experience the perfect blend of security and style with Yale. Yale, where security meets style.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Kojo, I want to learn how to drive.
No problem at all, my dear. I will get Uncle Kofi to teach you. He taught my father and even me.
Bakojo pa, in this day and age.
Don't take chances when it comes to learning how to drive. Your best bet is Freight Masters Driving Institute. Freight Masters Driving Institute has qualified instructors who are dedicated to equipping you with the right skills for the road. Locate our office at Tema Community 5, adjacent Golden Chopsticks, or Tema Community 25 on the Deftraco Estate Road, Asaleboche, in the same building with Fidelity Bank, Westland, Hatch, opposite Starbite Shell Filling Station, or on the Spintex Road, Aviation Highway Hydrophone Estate. Call us on 0303 973 388 or 0267 266 211. Visit our website www.freightmastersdriving.com. Freight Masters Driving Institute. Defensive driving with the right skills.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Details of our stories now. The government has reaffirmed its commitment not to introduce additional taxes ahead of the mid-year budget review, that it is a demonstration of fiscal discipline while the country heads to the polls. A Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. Stephen Amwa, also emphasized that the initiative also depicts the government's willingness to heed to the recurrent concerns of the business community on many taxes slapped on them. Addressing the media during a stakeholder forum to take input ahead of the mid-year budget review to be presented later this month, Dr. Amwa stressed preparedness to resolve concerns of the business community.
I realize that this government has shown commitment, especially this year. One of the pieces of evidence or one of the supporting factors is that we are not going to ask for anything. We are not going to ask for any addition. This budget, we are not going to ask for any increase in any tax, ask for any additional amount or whatever it is. So,
Dr. Stephen Amoy is a Deputy Minister of Finance. The independent power producers are questioning the assertion by the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, that the government has successfully restructured the IPP's arrears of $1 billion. The IPPs contend that the Finance Minister's claims regarding the reconciliation of IPP's arrears need to be substantiated with a detailed breakdown. We have details in the following News Desk report.
The government's total debt to the independent power producers IPPs is in excess of $2 billion. The IPPs insist this failure by the government to settle the money owed them was making it increasingly difficult for them to generate power, and this has contributed to the irregular power supply in the country. A statement issued by the Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Power Generators Ghana, Dr. Elikplim Akwabla Apetawa, says the Finance Minister's assertion that he has reconciled or restructured the IPP's arrears to the tune of $1 billion is questionable and oversimplifies the underlying financial obligations. He continues that given the multifaceted nature of financial liabilities under PPAs, a mere aggregation of the monthly invoices does not capture the full extent of the ECG's commitment. The IPPs insist the Finance Minister should offer a detailed breakdown of the $1 billion figure, including all PPA-related claims to achieve greater accountability and transparency in the sector.
That was a News Desk report. The Bank of Ghana has facilitated a refund of 3.8 million cedis to deserving complainants in 2023 in compliance with Section 32 of the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016, that's Act 930, which mandates the Bank of Ghana to ensure that the interests of customers of its regulated institutions are adequately protected. This represents a 31% increase from the 2.9 million cedis reported in 2022. This was contained in the Central Bank's Complaint Management Activities Annual Report for 2023. The following report has more.
The Bank of Ghana received a total of 695 complaints in 2023 from customers of banks, specialized deposit-taking institutions, other financial institutions and payment systems, and service providers compared to the 983 complaints in 2022. This represents a 29% decrease in complaints. Out of the 695 complaints, 458 were resolved, while 237 remained unresolved as at the end of 2023. The decline in complaints was broad-based, with decreases observed across banks, savings and loans institutions, and finance houses. Complaints against banks continue to lead, accounting for 51.4% of total complaints received, with 77% of these being resolved. The highest complaints type was loans, with 209 complaints. On recurring themes for 2023, customers' inability to retrieve matured investments or deposits topped the list with 165 complaints. Loan-related complaints came in second with 127 complaints, representing 18% of the total. Delays in processing customer instructions, including delays in reversing wrongful debit, ranked fourth with 40 complaints, representing 6%. The Bank of Ghana has, however, affirmed its commitment to safeguarding consumers' rights and promoting compliance to ensure the soundness and resilience of the banking system following the adjudication of cases brought before it.
That was a News Desk report put together by Citi News' Daniel Sakete. And that's it for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Attention, facility management professionals. Get ready for the event of the year, the IFMA Global Africa Conference in Ghana, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium, hosted by the International Facility Management Association's Ghana chapter. This is your chance to meet the world's top FM experts, thought leaders, and innovators. Immerse yourself in groundbreaking keynotes, interactive panels, hands-on workshops, and unmatched networking sessions. Explore the future of facility management in Africa's booming built environments. Don't miss out on the epic gathering of minds and ideas. The IFMA Global Africa Conference, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium. Be there. Proudly sponsored by Fides Group. To register or to sponsor, please call 0558 368 544.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Arise, Ghana youth, for your country.
It's another service year. Hooray! And management of the National Service Scheme is requesting user agencies, including private corporate organizations, MMDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, and all interested entities that wish to host national service personnel for the 2024-2025 service year to put in a formal request to the Secretariat. This year's postings are private sector driven. Therefore, user agencies are to state in writing the number of service personnel required and specify the desired academic qualifications. All requests must be on official letterhead, including the organization's official address, email, phone numbers, and location. Agencies with special needs are advised to contact the NSS Secretariat for discussions. All requests must reach the NSS Secretariat before the 30th of July 2024. National Service to the nation.
In building a fatherland.
Hey, today. I can't wait to watch my favorite sports on my newest NASCO television. Charlie, the view be clear, Papa. HD quality you can trust.
Ever since Kwame became a star with NASCO, if not football, then it's chilling with his friends with some ice chilled drink from NASCO's refrigerator because it chills so well.
No wonder his friends can't resist but come to watch their games here. I think they like the cool breeze with NASCO air condition.
NASCO's washing machine and gas cooker makes home lovely.
Go! It's always fun with NASCO home appliances. Enjoying the football you love and all other NASCO products like the durable NASCO Ion, NASCO Microwave, and NASCO Blender. Visit all our EGL showrooms nationwide and grab yours now. Offer online. NASCO delivery is fast and swift. Just a call away. Make the football viewing experience memorable with NASCO home appliances. NASCO, bring home happiness.
One of the best decisions you can possibly make at the start of your day is to tune in to the City Breakfast Show. Insightful, intriguing, intelligent, and informative. The City Breakfast Show offers an attractive alternative to the noisy mishmash of morning radio. Tune in to the City Breakfast Show for passionate discussions on issues that matter and enjoy interviews where duty bearers and decision makers have their feet held to the fire. The City Breakfast Show airs from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Friday, only on 97.3 Citi FM.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Point blank on Eyewitness News, albeit very delayed. Apologies. My story that we advertised earlier, which we want to share with you. So, Letitia Appiah, National Peace Council, as the executive director in 2016. To our information, she turned 60 on 24th June 2024. Handed over on the 28th June 2024. But she failed to hand over the only functional official vehicle belonging to the National Population Council Secretariat she was driving. Has got lots of workers there talking. Cited number of correspondents from the National Population Council Secretariat. Particular one from Dr. Letitia Appiah, Executive Director, dated 29th April 2024, is addressed to the Jubilee House. And it says, so it's actually addressed to the Chief of Staff. The letter says, request to purchase vehicle. Dear Madam, reference my retirement notification letter to your office. I respectfully request your approval to purchase the Toyota Prado with registration number GN655918, known also in private life as GV4824. The vehicle has been in and out of the mechanical shop and has been parked at the garage since March 2024. Thank you in anticipation of your approval, Madam. Signed, Letitia Appiah, Executive Director, National Population Council. So asking to retire or buy her vehicle, which she was retiring with. Then we got this response that we've seen from the Jubilee House. The letter is on the letterhead of the Office of the President. Is dated 3rd July 2024. And it says, request to purchase vehicle. Refer to your letter number, and the number has been quoted, dated 29th April 2024, on the above subject, and wish to inform you that cross-country or 4x4 vehicles are not permitted for sale to retiring officers as part of end-of-service benefits. The National Population Council may identify any saloon vehicle in its pool which has been used for 2 years or more and recommend it to this office for approval for sale to you. If it is established that the Toyota Prado with registration number quoted has become unserviceable, you may include it among other unserviceable items of the Council for public auction. Thanks and accept our compliments. Signed, H.M. Wood, Chief Director for Chief of Staff, and addressed to the Executive Director. So this is the response from Jubilee House. In summary, Madam Letitia Appiah, who has since gone on retirement from the National Population Council, wrote to the Jubilee House asking to buy her vehicle, her official government vehicle, Prado, and take same home. the government replied and said, we will not allow you by our policy. You cannot go home with your government vehicle if it's a 4x4. However, if you have any saloon car in your institution which is more than 2 years old, you may apply for that to be given to you. This notwithstanding, our information is that Madam Letitia Appiah, who retired on 24th June 2024 and handed over on 28th June 2024, has taken home this particular Prado and is yet to return it. The challenge now is that the person who is acting in her stead, based on what we are told, who was at the Greater Accra Regional Office, has had to move to the National Secretariat with her Greater Accra Regional vehicle, which is a pickup truck, we are told. And because of that, the person who has replaced her at the Greater Accra Regional Office does not have a car for operations. So that is by way of information. We made an attempt to hear from Dr. Letitia Appiah. My producer Wilson contacted her. Wilson, what did she say?
All right, so Sandra, I spoke to Dr. Letitia Appiah, and she said she's not yet on retirement. She's on accumulated leave, and that retirement is yet to take effect somewhere end of this month, getting to early next month. So once she's on accumulated leave, she's entitled to go home with a vehicle, with a company vehicle, because she hasn't retired yet.
Okay.
And
so that's her position.
That's a position. That's
okay.
a position. And she said she doesn't know. She claims she doesn't know where the story is coming from. She hasn't made any attempt to purchase any vehicle, and she's just on accumulated leave. And she dropped a line on me. I tried to reach her again. We spoke. Actually, she dropped the line and then she called back.
Okay. But she has confirmed that the vehicle is in her possession.
Yeah, she's confirmed.
Except that she's saying she has not retired.
She has not retired.
Even though our information from the Population Council is that she retired.
She retired, yes.
And has taken home the vehicle, making the new acting executive director carless.
Carless, yes.
Very well. Thank you so much for that intervention and information. Kobina was my producer. Meanwhile, another story that we have an eye on here: the National Service Secretariat has rubbished criticisms of its plans to deploy personnel to other countries as part of its new 10-year policy. A recent interview by the scheme revealed plans to deploy personnel to other countries, including Nigeria, UK, and US. This has garnered varied reactions, with some stakeholders criticizing the scheme for deviating from its mandate. Earlier today, we spoke to Peter Nochukutui, a member of the Committee on Education, who said that the idea is to have an exchange policy of a sort with the Republic of the Gambia in West Africa, where we will send some of our NSS personnel. That's how we enter today's edition of Eyewitness News, which came to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. My name is Umar Rusanda Amadu. I did this with Hawa Idrisu. Production by Kobina Wilson, Beverly London, and Sami Wiafi. The technical support from Daniel Squashi. The new media support from Edwin Kwakofi. If you want more current affairs and news analysis, The Big Issue at 9 a.m. tomorrow on Channel 1 Television and Citi FM is the show you should listen to with Selon Kojo Adonu. And of course, tonight at 8 p.m. on Channel 1 Television, we have CNL, which gives you comprehensive news of the day. Up next, though, is Sports Panorama. Benjamin Nketia and the City Sports team ready to give you everything you need in the sporting world. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday, inshallah. Good night.